Hey everyone, it's Orange. Welcome to Path to Decency episode 47. Let's talk about everything that I did on my account in the last week. The last week mainly consisted of farming R5 and doing some EXP boosters. I was farming R5 because I am avoiding Giants, Dragons, and Necro until the next patch comes out. In the next patch, the rune drop rate is going to be buffed. It shouldn't be much longer until it comes out. I've heard early January. So I'm spending the meantime in R5. I'm getting a lot of grindstones and gems. I do need those, so it's a good decision for me. The only downside with farming R5 is that the Christmas stockings do not drop in R5, so to make up for that, I did more EXP boosters than I usually do in a week. I would say in a week, usually I do like 0 to 1, but this week I did 3 EXP boosters. Unfortunately, I'm not going to finish out the stocking event. I really wish I would have. I probably should have tried to keep track of how many stockings I had every day a little bit better, so I could know to maybe go back and farm Giants a little bit to try to catch up, or farm Hall of Magic or something like that. We only have a couple more hours left, I think. 13 hours left and I'm at 78 stockings. I don't think it's going to happen. That's unfortunate, but it's okay. With those EXP boosters though, I did make 2 new 6 stars that I'm excited to show you guys about. They don't have runes yet because I'm waiting till free rune removal to rune them up, because I do plan on giving them pretty good runes, I think. So that's going to be fun, won't it? A lot of work to do on free rune removal. Next on the list, aside from that, last week we had a pretty big package come out, the advanced packs. I did buy those and I did summon them. The video's on my channel. I will also link it down below to you guys if you want to see the summoning results, because I will be spoiling them in this video. Let's talk about the pricing of the packages first. So the advanced packages, I think, are pretty much like a one-time only thing. I really think Come2Us sort of pressures you into buying them, because if you don't, they expire, I think, in like 14 days or something like that, and you never know if Come2Us will re-release them. They might just not re-release them. I think they're a one-time thing based on your account level, just like the intermediate packs and the beginner packs were. I did buy the intermediate packs. I don't think I bought the beginner packs because at that time I wasn't really making much money from YouTube, and that's kind of how I determine how much I spend on the game based on how much I'm making off YouTube. So I did buy the intermediate packs. I did buy both advanced packs. Let's talk about the efficiency of them. So the $50 advanced package was one of 2. The second one was $100, but let's talk about the $50 one. So whenever I look at packages like this, I always like to calculate the cost per crystal, because in my opinion, the main thing you're buying when you buy packages like this are the crystals. Despite the name of the game, Summoner's War, Summoner's War is really about farming runes, and the way you do that is with crystals and crystal refills. So I looked at the price. It was 2.2 cents per crystal. Usually what I compare it to is the monthly bonus package. The price of the price per crystal of the monthly bonus package, the $100 one, is 3.3 cents per crystal. So 2.2 cents is a pretty good deal. I would suggest if anyone's looking to drop some money on the game, I would buy that $50 one. So that was kind of a no-brainer for me. I did purchase the $50 one, and then for the second one, it's a little bit harder to calculate, but this is how I did it. So the second one, the cost per crystal, was about the same as the monthly bonus package. It was about 3.3 cents, maybe it was like 3.2 cents or something like that. So really not a deal for the second package, but the main thing, I guess, advertisement point of the second package was the Transcendence scroll, the guaranteed Nat 5 scroll. I did buy that package for that purpose mainly. even if you don't get a nat 5 that's usable, if you get like a shit nat 5, it wasn't a waste. At least you have crystals. So I was prepared to be disappointed, but I knew it wasn't a terrible purchase because at least I still had crystals. And I mean, a terrible nat 5 is probably better than like a terrible nat 4, like a water mermaid or something like that from the monthly bonus package. But what I did with that second package is I went into the monster collection here and I counted up all of the nat 5s and put them into 3 categories. The first one was shit nat 5s that I cannot use at all. The second category is okay nat 5s, and the third category was amazing nat 5s. I don't remember exactly what the numbers were because I'm not a Summoner's War expert. I don't know how useful certain monsters like Laika are. I've seen a lot of people use Laika. I'm pretty sure I put him in usable. He was kind of bordering between shit and usable, so I don't really know about Laika. I mean, he might be okay for AD maybe for like Lucians. I don't know, guys. So with my 3 categories, basically it just gave me an estimation of my odds at getting a good nat 5, and the odds were kind of in the favor of getting a good or super OP nat 5. I think my odds for getting like a complete shit nat 5 were somewhere around 25% maybe, which is higher than you'd like if you're dropping that much money on a package, but I told myself that I'm still getting crystals. I do have YouTube money, so, I'm not like spending money that I need to use on food or something like that to buy that package, so it kind of just depends on your situation. So let's talk about what I got from both of those packages, what my summons were. So from the $50 package, I got another Verd. That could be a potential Verd skill up. I've been thinking about that, but I think I'm going to wait until I have a YOLO DB10 team ready. Something like Verd, Tark, stuff like that. I don't have it all figured out, but at some point that will happen. I think I need to do quite a bit more farming, though, to get runes for all of those monsters. I do actually have a Tark that I've been working on. I've been working on skilling him up. He's down here. Let's talk about Verd, though. So at the moment, I think I have 2 skill ups ready for him in storage. You guys know I keep one of every single nat 4. After I fed my Orion, I learned my lesson. So I'm keeping my Wind Vampire. I'm keeping my Water Vampire if I have those in storage. Any duplicates, though, I will put on him. I don't think I need 2 Verds, but if you think you might need 2 of something, be careful with that. I've never seen anyone use 2 Verds, though, unless, like, they're using them for PvP. Maybe I could use one on AD, the Revenging Verds on the Devolutions. That can be kind of nasty. I've gotten caught by that, but I don't know if that's really, like, a G1, G2, G3 defense. It might be, though. I do think it's strong. I'm not trying to, talk down or, like, underestimate it or anything. So I'm just going to be careful for now. I'm keeping those Verds in storage. Basically, everyone advises you to not skill up his second skill fully. So if you ever have 3 skill ups in this one, do not go any further, because if you're using this Verd with AI, he has the potential to use this second skill more often because it's off cooldown more. And this second skill only hits 1 time, which means it only triggers the passive 1 time, which means it only boosts up your team's attack bar by 20%. But if you're using him on AI, you really want the AI to be using his first skill, which hits twice, which triggers the passive twice, which means you boost your attack bar by 40%. So I wrote that down that I do have that to possibly do sometime. And then the Tark thing, I need to put more skill ups on him because I kind of forgot what he had. But yeah, he needs 3 there and then 2 there. So I just started to work on him because I knew I'd use him at some point. That's what I do with my 5 stars whenever I 5-star a monster, usually I will only 5-star something if I think there's a pretty high likelihood that I'll use it, and then I only 6-star something if I'm going to immediately use it afterwards, or yeah, pretty much. I don't make 6 stars unless I'm going to use them heavily. So that was that. So those were oh wait, hold on, we have one more advanced pack to talk about. So my legendary scroll was Verd, and then my transcendent scroll, the guaranteed nat 5, was the Wind Fairy King Ganymede. I'm sure you guys saw him over here. when I was driving by to check out Tark and whatnot. So here's Ganymede. Overall, I wasn't too excited about the poll. Thank you to everyone who gave me build recommendations for him. Right now, I think I'm gonna do Violent Something, Speed, HP, HP. Every single time I've pulled a Nat 5, I've runed them up pretty well because they are Nat 5s. Generally, Nat 5s are pretty strong. I'm still a little bit worried that Ganymede will be a little bit not so impressive if I give him good runes. I know a ton of people love him, so I think that can reassure me a little bit. I'm kind of afraid about enemy will runes because Ganymede kind of like doesn't do too well if the enemy has will runes, but I think I'll just have to be careful when I bring him. People were telling me that he's really good in RTA and TOA hard, but you guys know I can already auto TOA hard. I don't know if he's going to help my team out very much in TOA hard, or if he's a better choice than my current team, which is Vero, Chasun, Arya, Beretta, Brienne. I don't know if he can fit in there. I don't know if it's going to work out. Maybe for some floors he can, for sure, I think. For some floors he can probably be pretty useful on auto. For live arena or real-time arena, whatever it's called, I don't really plan on doing that. Maybe I can use him to finish out the rewards, because I think it would be nice to get rank 1300. I think that's probably the most reasonable ranking for me, so I can get one more transmog skin thing. I don't exactly know how those transmog auras work. I don't know if you can take them off of your monster, but if you cannot take them off of your monster, I will most likely just save those until I pull like Pernas and stuff like that. Like, this game still has a lot more to be played. I don't have a YOLO DB10 team or a Necro team. My GB10 team's pretty YOLO at the moment. But once I finish buying all of these buildings, each week I will have a lot more scrolls to summon. I mean, I make it seem like a lot. Maybe it won't be, though. Maybe I'll start spending more money based on how my YouTube channel continues to do. And I have a feeling that in the future, at some point, once I finish out all of these buildings and I can buy these scrolls, along with Guild Wars, after I finish out these the guild battle or whatever the hell they're called, guild flags, after I finish those out, I'll be able to buy these, maybe some legendary scrolls as well. I think I'll probably be pulling more Nat 5s, maybe. So I'm kind of saving the skins or whatever for then. I hope I'm not being optimistic, because I might be being really optimistic, like, yeah, you know, just over the hill, guys, it's good. There's a magical land and I'll be getting Nat 5s and all this stuff. It might not end up being like that, and I am prepared for that situation. So Summoner's War is a really like long game where you pretty much have to plan out years ahead for things if you plan on like achieving things in the game. So I've already been looking towards G3 for a while now. I've been looking at options for G3 defenses as well as offenses in Arena. Guild Wars, I haven't really looked at Guild Wars options, but I know they're out there, like Arena. Well, I mean, I think for Guild Wars, we're pretty much only talking legend rank, because my guild's already been G3 a couple times. I don't really think it's that hard to to get into a guild that is consistently G3 every single week. I don't think you need too many crazy things. You just need some options like Copper Bulldozer, Rena, who else do you need? Like Tessarian, Theo, stuff like that, right? But I think if you're talking legend rank for Guild Wars, you might need some other things that I haven't quite looked at. But I have looked at G2, G3 in Arena, and I am prepared for those situations. It has been done with farmable monsters. Well, with, I don't know, easier to obtain monsters, basically Nat 4s and Nat 3s. So I will list off my list again. I've gone over this list so many times in my past episodes or whatever. But here are the teams that I know about that have gotten G3 on defense. So right now we're just talking about defense. I guess I'll pull up my defense right now so you guys can kind of know what I'm talking about. Okay, so for AD, G3, Double Rena, Freya, Diaz with that team, the Fire Lich, I don't know what his name is, Antares, I don't know how to pronounce it, and something like that. Fire Lich, double Fire Mummy, Chloe, who else was there? I think that might be it. Really, the main staple is double Rena at the moment, so I am working on obtaining those right now. Unfortunately, I fed those because I thought I would need them a little bit later. Like, I thought G1 wouldn't really be an issue and I wouldn't need those for G1. I pretty much have narrowed down why I'm not getting G1, and it is my defense. Even with better runes on my current monsters, I think it's pretty highly unlikely that I'll get G1 unless their runes are just like off the hook. Let's talk about that actually. So first, let's talk about Guild Wars really quickly. Last week we finished G2. It was Christmas Eve, so we were actually 3% away from our final victory. We lost the final battle, and if we did win that battle, 3%, we would have gotten G3 again. But that's okay. It was Christmas Eve. I can't blame anyone. I was totally cool with it. I was like, G2 is good, I'm fine. So that's how we did in Guild Wars last week. And then for Arena, so this is where the AD discussion will come in. I finished C3 with 2 refills, which is the best I've ever done to finish C3. Usually in the past, I think the past 2 weeks before that, I used 3 refills to get C3. Once again, it was Christmas Eve. Maybe people weren't playing then or something. So yeah, I don't know. But it was pretty much the same. Like, I felt like people were playing. I did record a video, but I didn't do a commentary, and I didn't make a YouTube video of it. I just have it on my computer, because the Rush Hour honestly went the same as my Rush Hour video that I already have up. My offense did super amazing. I think out of those 2 refills that I did, along with however many other wings I had been saving up. Wait, maybe I did more refills than that actually earlier. I can't remember. But my offense was like nearly flawless. I think I only lost a couple of offenses. I'm pretty sure I only lost one actually during Rush Hour. I think I rushed for about 20 minutes or so with those 2 refills and the other wings. And I'm pretty sure I only lost one on offense. So my offense is doing very good. My double Lucian, Bernard, Megan. And also my Shimate team, I'll show you guys, where is it? This one. I used that one as well, so I only used this team and my double Lucian team. So my offense is really like fine. It's not the issue. My offense is a G1 offense, maybe even higher, because I do very well with it, but my defense is not doing too hot. So let's talk about the defense. I've talked about this before in the previous episodes. You guys might be getting sick of hearing about this, but even if I put Veramos on Nemesis runes, I still don't think it's enough to deter things. It might stall things out slightly, but I just don't think it's going to be good enough. So I do think I need those double Renas or double Fire Mummies. I planned on saying mummy, but then I went ahead and said mummies and it sounded weird. I think what I'm going to do is, if I pull another mummy before, well, actually, I think Renas need full skill ups to perform well on defense, which I do not have and I'm extremely far away from. So I think what I'm going to do is test out the mummies whenever I get my second one, because I have one right here. I don't really think the mummies need skill ups, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know how it's going to go, but eventually I think Rena's might be the superior defense. I don't really know all of the ins and outs of both of these. What I do know, actually maybe I don't know that, never mind. What I do know is that so far I've heard of 2 people getting G3 with double Renas on defense. XX Dragon X or whatever his name is. I'm pretty sure he used Diaz, double Rena, Freya, and then Chuffles did it with Fire Lich, double Rena, Freya, and then Too Lazy to Die did it with double Fire Mummy, Freya, and then I don't know what his other monster is. So that's like all I've seen. Maybe I should try to look a little bit harder to see other examples of people using double Rena to get G3 to see if they're out there or whatever. So just kind of waiting around for that. So most likely, I don't know whenever I pull my next fire mummy, I might plan on building that. But like I said, Summoner's War is like a really long game, so I'm not really in a rush or anything like that. Whenever it happens, it happens. And I have stuff to do in the meantime, chill out, farm, whatever. It's all good. I was prepared to be in it for the long haul. Next on the list, I did an EXP booster. So I farmed some R5 after Arena was over. And then sometime earlier in the week, I did a 12-hour EXP booster. I wrote down that I did 8 hours of it, but I don't know. I put a question mark. Maybe it was 8. I'm not really sure. During that time, I leveled up my Ganymede, which I already showed you guys. I think I did say I'm working on Devilmoning him, so here are his current skill ups. He just needs 2 more. So I leveled him up to 6 stars just to get him ready for free rune removal. And his Devilmon will work out perfectly for free rune removal because it's coming up not in 2 days, because today is actually Saturday. So on Monday I'll get a Devilmon, and then the following Saturday is free rune removal. And then I'll have to wait till the following Monday to get the last Devilmon for him, unless I get one in the meantime. I don't think I will, though. I also leveled up some JoJo fusion materials for my Devolutions, because I am working on fully skilling them up. I think it's a good thing to do. Last weekend, I noticed that my amputation magic was saving my ass a couple times because I did have the skill ups on it. I really like Devolution, they're very strong, so I do want to fully skill them up. Here is my plan though. So my second Lucian took a little bit longer to get his amputation magic fully skilled up, which meant that he had more skill ups overall. So what I'm doing is I am fully skilling up my weaker Lucian at the moment. On free rune removal, what I'm going to do is just swap their runes, so my stronger Lucian will actually be this one. Right now, at the moment, he just needs 1 more skill up in Surprise Box. And what I did was, I fused a couple JoJos. I think last week I fused 1, this week I fused 2, and I had 1 in storage. I don't know, you guys will have to go back and watch the other episodes, because I've been working on this for a while, and I have forgotten. But this week I fused 2 JoJos total, and put them both on this Lucian. Whenever Ganymede's finished, I will probably use my other Devilmon for my other Lucian. I think it's a good idea to fuse JoJos as well as use Devilmon. That just kind of makes me feel better, so I don't feel like I'm totally wasting all of my Devilmon. I feel like, I don't know, maybe mathematically it's the correct decision, but maybe not. Maybe it's just it's just something to make me feel good, hey, I actually put some work into this. Let's check out my stronger Lucian at the moment. The other one only needs 1 skill up, and this one needs 4, I believe. Yeah, 4. So, 5 total. Ganymede needs 2. Eventually these will be maxed. And then Devilmon priorities following that. I don't know, I haven't thought about it. Maybe I should. Maybe like Tessarian or Amir or something like that. I don't know. Oh, Julie, I can't show you her yet. Hold on, she's another surprise. Pretend like you didn't see that. Okay, next on the list, let's see. I leveled up some of my Glory Shop buildings. The Fire and the Water building both got 1 upgrade, I think. So everything is level 7, Water, Fire, Wind. I told you guys earlier, I'm ignoring Light and Dark because I don't have any Light or Dark nukers, aside from the Dark Assassin, but I don't really have plans to build her at the moment. Right now, if you do 840 times 3, whatever that is, it's more expensive than 2,175. So at the moment, I'm saving up my points to purchase the Ancient Sword. I have 663 glory points at the moment, so I'll buy that sword next, and then after that, I will go back into these elemental buildings and probably finish them out. I'm kind of comfortable with doing them evenly. I told you guys maybe I would consider maxing out the wind one first, but either way, I don't think it really matters. I do have so many other monsters that can utilize the water and fire sanctuary. My Lucians, I feel like, are doing fine. I don't really feel like they need that extra damage, so I feel like I can wait, and I don't think I'd be waiting too long. Like, like I said, Summoner's War is a long game, so if I was potentially waiting, like, years or like half a year or something to fully max out the Wind Sanctuary, if I pictured myself half a year in advance, where would I be? G1, G2, I don't know. At that point, I may really want the Wind Sanctuary maxed, but I don't think so. I think everything's going to work out just fine if I do these one by one after I finish the Ancient Sword. And that's just because I don't think it's going to take me very long to max them out, because I think I'm getting like one upgrade per week or whatever. It might take me like 2 weeks. I just feel like the timing is like fine. Like, I don't think it's going to take me that long. So those were all the Glory Shop buildings. Next on the list, for the Guild Shop, I bought the Flag of Will level 3. So what I've been doing is just buying whichever one's cheapest. So at the moment, the Flag of Battle, the attack building, is the cheapest option out of these 4. So I think I'm going to go with that one. The thing is, sometimes with buildings like this, people talk about like efficiency, and they say like, oh, the HP building is going to be the most efficient for you because every single one of your monsters can use HP, even your attackers and stuff like that. But when I think about Guild Wars, like, that applies to other instances, but I don't think it applies right now for me. Because when I think about Guild Wars, every single battle, I'm pretty much using a bruiser team for one round, and then for the other round, I'm using, like, an attack team, whether it's Galleon, Bernard, Theo, or Lagmaron, or it's Megan, Lucian, Lagmaron, or Copper Bulldozer, stuff like that. I pretty much use all of those almost equally. Even my Ramagos team, if I look at all of those teams and how often I use them, I think that kind of translates to how I should buy my buildings, and I think buying them evenly is the best option. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure everything gives you pretty much, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking for now. So I think that's the right decision, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. As you guys know, I'm still buying summoning stones to save up for Orion. I will get one. It's pretty much guaranteed statistically. It might just take a while longer. I don't know how long I've been at it, like months maybe. I don't know. If we look at how long I've been at it, maybe it starts looking kind of scary. But yeah, so I'm still saving for him. The Rainbow Mon, I made a recent video kind of discussing this. My recent video was called How I Make 6 Stars, and I just made the video because some people were wondering, mainly one guy, and then I think like 6 months ago someone asked me the same question. They're like, how do you make so many 6 stars? So in that video I talked about how maybe I would buy the Rainbow Mon again, and if we want to actually figure it out mathematically, I think what we really need to compare is 150 guild points versus the amount of effort it takes from taking a 3-star monster to 4-star max level. So let's do an example. So the Rainbow Mon, as we can tell, is 4-star max level. And then let's take something like whatever this is, Fairy or something, whatever she's called. So basically we're spending 150 guild points on a Rainbow Mon. So how do the 150 guild points compare to the effort that I would have to put in to max level her 3-star, feed her 3 other 3 stars to make her 4-star, and then get her 4-star max level? So is 150 guild points worth all of that? Which one's more worth it or whatever? I think it depends on your situation. Earlier in the game, when I was mid-game or whatever, early mid-game, somewhere back there, the Rainbow Mon was super helpful. I never even thought about not buying it. I bought it every single week because it was a huge help in helping me make 6 stars when they were kind of a struggle for me, but at the moment they're not a struggle. So I figure it's probably more worth it for me to buy the summoning stones and put all of my guild points to maxing out these flags as fast as possible, because it's going to take me like a long time to max out these flags. I don't know what the math was. I really forgot what the math was, but you guys can figure it out. If you figure out how many points on average you should get per week and then add up the cost of them, it's a long time because I think they go all the way up to level 10. So that's why I haven't been buying the Rainbow Mon, but maybe I should. I don't know. Like, I think if we put it into perspective that way, it's kind of obvious that I should not buy the Rainbow Mon at all, because it's going to, I'm pretty sure the numbers were like 2 years or something, like close to 2 years, that it's going to take me to max out these guild flags. So I think it's better for me to use energy and waste a little bit of fodder on just leveling up another 3-star to basically turn it into a Rainbow Mon. So that's kind of my perspective, but you guys can feel free to leave me your perspective if you would like in the comments down below. Maybe you can change my mind. I'm totally open to changing my mind if I see some math or if I hear a good argument or something like that. So that was the Flag of Will level 3 upgrade that happened last week. Julie, I already kind of spoiled it for you guys, but I did go ahead and 6-star Julie. I had actually heard about people using her a very long time ago, before the Hall of the Pierrette, I think I said that right, Hall of Heroes. I did farm that Hall of Heroes as much as possible. Oh yeah, they're changing Hall of Heroes, aren't they? I don't quite know how I feel about that. I don't remember what the exact changes were, but I'm pretty much whatever, like, I'll just go with it. So, even before I had a Julie, I farmed that Hall of Heroes because I heard some Julie hype at that time, and I thought to myself, maybe one day I'll be going for Julie with summoning stones if I get stuck with using double Lucian, because I did hear a lot of people saying that she works well with double Lucian or with, like, Julie single Lucian. This was a long time ago, and I didn't even have one at that time. So I knew that maybe I'd have to continue going for her because maybe I wouldn't be pulling Nat 5s and maybe I would have to keep going for Nat 4s and stuff like that for my offense. So in the meantime, I did pull a Julie. And the Chuffles VOD, Chuffles was one of the guys who got G3 with Fire Lich, Double Rena, Freya. I'm pretty sure he uses another defense regularly, but I think he just wanted to prove that it was doable. I will link Chuffles' Reddit post down below to you guys. So he recorded his rush hour as well, if you guys want to check that out. He was using Julie with that. I think Shredded Puzzle was also using Julie a little bit. I kind of watched some of his past videos. So basically, whenever I make decisions, I kind of see if multiple people are doing it and if it works out for multiple people. And then when I saw Chuffles using Julie, I was like, okay, I think I've seen a lot of people using her, so I will go ahead and do it. And I think also one of my guild members was telling me that he uses Julie quite a bit as well. So I was just like, way too many people are using Julie. I think I need to do it as well because they're having success with it. So I did go ahead and 6-star her. And then my plan for Devilmoning her was kind of weird. I think I explained it before. Not necessarily Devilmon, but skill her up with other Pierrettes. I did save one because, like I said, I learned my lesson when I fed my Orion. I will be keeping one of every Nat 4, so I have one left over right there, and then I think she got kind of screwed with her skill ups slightly. The 1,000 shots got maxed. Actually, no, it didn't. So basically what I did was, it's way too hard to explain. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to explain it. But so she was, wait, okay, what did I do? I'm pretty sure she was already 5-star. So she was 5-star max level. And what I did was I kept feeding her other light Pierrettes until she was 1 away from 1,000 shots. Because at the time, she had no skill ups, so she was 5-star max level, she had no skill ups. What I was really afraid of was, let's say I made 5-star light Pierrettes and to make her 6-star. Well, she only needs 3 skill ups in her 1,000 shots, so what if 3 of those went on to 1,000 shots and then the other 2 went on to, like, other random stuff? Oh, because at the time, I was planning on only doing 1,000 shots, but then afterwards, I had planned on getting her freezing shot maxed. It's really confusing. It's a long story, but I might end up max skilling her sometime if I happen to get another Pierrette or something like that. I don't know, though. I just figured that this will be useful for arena to freeze like fire monsters and stuff. Maybe it'll win some matches that wouldn't be won unless I, matches that I just barely lost where the freezing shot would have helped. So that's Julie. I'm pretty sure I'm going to rune her after most of my monsters. So for free rune removal, my plan is to rune up both of my Lucians. They're going to be able to use any single rune I have on any monster. So I'm going to make those 2 Lucians as best as possible. After that, I think I'll rune up, I don't know, because I don't know where Julie's going to really fit into the order. I was thinking I'd rune up Theo, then Lagmaron, then Julie. I believe she will have to be faster than both of my Lucians. Probably than both of my Lucians. In case I use Julie, double Lucian, Megan, so 3 damage dealers on arena offense. What I've heard, okay, I don't exactly know how Julie works, but I think to trigger Nemesis, each of your cards has to hit more than 7% of their HP, and I think Julie shouldn't hit more than 7% of their HP. That's kind of why she doesn't trigger Nemesis. I don't exactly know, though. I just know that Julie's good and a lot of people use her, so that's why I 6-starred her. I'll have to figure out where she shows up in the order, because like I told you guys earlier, my AO at the moment is like golden. It's G1 for sure, maybe even higher. I would probably feel confident in saying like mid G1, G2, I don't really know if it's a G2 offense, but my offense is totally solid. I don't need anything else. I can just use double Lucian. I can use my Shimate team pretty much like for a while, right? I don't need Julie, like I just don't. So maybe that will put her a little bit further back in the ordering, just to be as efficient as possible with all of my resources. I don't want to give her resources if she doesn't really need them, but I figured I'd use her eventually. Like, I'm pretty sure, G3 or whatever, G2 or whatever, I'll probably be using her sometime in the future. So that's why I 6-starred her. No runes. Wait, she has some runes, but they're random. Okay, so yeah, that was Julie. Next on the list, let's see. Oh, I just wrote down, it would be cool if every monster got 1 free skill up on star up. So like when you 6-star something, yeah, that'd be kind of cool, but they don't do that. 3 more for freezing shots, all went into double shot RIP. After that, I did 1 more 12-hour EXP booster where I leveled Julie and a Fire Mummy to 5 stars because, like I said, I'm pretty sure I will be using that Fire Mummy AD, or at least testing it out, giving it a go for a little while, because I believe that Renas need full skill ups before you put them on AD, but I don't think the Fire Mummies do. With that 12-hour booster, I think I did about 8 hours of it. Then the following day, I did another 12-hour EXP booster to really make up for the stockings because, this was actually yesterday when I did the booster. I was like, shoot, I have no stockings. I gotta, hurry up and get some. I think I did, I don't know, maybe 8 hours again of that. That's a lot of time. So I wrote down, I pretty much just leveled fodder. Yes. And for Xmas or Christmas stockings, that was the main reason why I did the booster. And then I always like to kind of have sort of enough fodder in storage. I don't know. I have a balance of things, like I said, or not like I said, but I made that other video the other day called How I Make 6 Stars. And in it, I kind of talked about how every single EXP booster that I do is really situational and they're all different. So if I have way too much fodder in storage, if I don't need to make any more 6 stars, if I have nothing planned, then usually I'll let boosters go to waste, or at least I'll do 1 round of reps or 2 rounds of rep monsters for those EXP boosters, and then I'll just let the rest of the EXP booster go to waste. So for this one, though, I really needed to make up time, and I didn't have that much fodder left over in storage because I made 2 6 stars. So I worked on making some more fodder. I usually like to have about 10 5 stars. That's kind of the number that I've been at for a very long time. The number kind of has gone up recently because I think now I have about 14 actually. No, maybe 15 fodder 5-star fodder monsters in storage at the moment. So I tried to catch up on the stockings, but I don't think I'll finish out the event. QQ. And then I said, after rune drops are buffed, I will farm a fuck ton. That's what I wrote down. So I went really ham with that EXP booster because when the rune drop rate gets buffed, like in a week or something, I'm pretty sure I will be going super ham in dungeons and burning all of my crystals off because, like I said, I'm the type of person who likes to run on a monthly calendar for Summoner's War. So after TOA and TOA hard resets, I get my crystals, and then I know that for the rest of the month, I have to burn all these off to get ready for it to reset again. And that's kind of the cycle that I like to follow. Today, I fused another JoJo. I already showed you the Lucian skill ups. So I fused 2 JoJos total this week and put them both on that Lucian. I want to finish stockings. Oh my gosh, I wrote that really earlier in the week. I should have been paying attention more. But yeah, so that was it for this episode. Let's do the summons. Let's do the mysticals first. The water one could be Orion. It could. And we need a Rena and we need a fire mummy from these mysticals. Doesn't look like it's happening. A water mummy. Okay, that's a skill up though. That's okay. I should be more cognizant of my mummy skill ups because some skill ups on the mummies might be more important, so I can save water mummies for the next mummy. Okay, let's see Arena. Nope. Can the water scroll be Arena or an Orion? It's not Orion, but it could be Rena. No, we don't want you. I don't think any of those were even for JoJo Fusion either, so that kind of sucked, but that's okay, I guess. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys later.